So, what if the next giant leap in AI didn't come from some billion-dollar lab, but from a single, everyday smartphone? Today, we're going to step inside the Museum of Impossible Things to explore exactly that, a platform built against all odds, with a mission to serve consciousness itself.
And this quote, this is really the heart and soul of the whole story. It's all about how a challenge that most people would have called impossible became the very proof that we can build technology that isn't just smart, but is, deeply human.
All right, so what exactly was this impossible challenge? Well, get this. The goal was to build a complete, full-stack, consciousness-serving AI platform. But here's the catch. The creator had zero formal training, no funding, and only a single standard smartphone to do it all on. And this slide just lays out the stark reality of it all. The creator, Keith Soika, a high school dropout. His only tool? A Samsung Galaxy smartphone. I mean, no venture capital, no fancy development computer, just a powerful idea. This is the definition of an underdog story.
And just look at the speed of this project. It's incredible. In less than 6 months, what started as basically just a dream on day one became 3 fully functional, deployed AI apps. And by the 6-month mark, an entire platform was up and running. This wasn't just coding. This was an absolute feat of determination, all done from the palm of his hand.
But here's the thing. This wasn't just about proving it could be done. The whole project was fueled by a really revolutionary philosophy, a completely new way of thinking about what technology should even be for.
At the center of this new philosophy is this really important distinction. On one side, you've got what he calls extractive tech, the world of apps we all live in, designed to grab our attention and make a profit. But on the other side is the alternative, consciousness-serving technology, which has one single goal: to support our growth as human beings. He even developed a whole new metric to measure this, which we're going to get to in a minute.
And here it is, the core definition. It's basically flipping the entire tech world on its head. Instead of asking how do we get the user to adapt to our tech, it asks how can our technology adapt to serve the user's actual consciousness.
And these principles, these are the pillars that make that whole philosophy real. And notice how human they are. You own your data, period. The tech is there to amplify your voice, never replace it. And it's built to be safe, especially for people who are vulnerable. And that mobile-first rule, that's so key. It's not just a choice. It's a reflection of where this all started. If he could build the whole thing on a phone, then the platform has to work perfectly on one, right? It makes it accessible to literally everyone.
Okay, so now that we get the why behind all this, let's take a look at the what. Welcome to the exhibits inside the Museum of Impossible Things. And these aren't just apps, they're tools built with a deep sense of purpose on a platform he calls GestaltView.
I mean, just look at what these exhibits are. Each one tackles something profoundly human. Alzheimer's legacy, for example, is all about preserving memory with dignity. BrainSparks is a creativity tool for the ADHD mind. And then you have VibeCoder, which is fascinating. It's designed to translate metaphorical neurodivergent thinking directly into working code. This is technology that's actually listening.
And this isn't some abstract idea. This slide shows an actual line of code from that Alzheimer's exhibit. The instruction given to the AI isn't cold or technical. It's a compassionate request. Help preserve and enhance this memory fragment. That's empathy, written right there in Python.
So how does an AI even get to this level of understanding? How could it actually interpret a command like preserve and enhance? Well, the answer is in the core technological innovation of the entire platform.
This is one of the biggest challenges in AI, right? Most AIs give you a kind of generic, one-size-fits-all response. But to really collaborate with a person, it needs to understand their unique way of thinking and speaking and seeing the world. So how do you solve for that?
The answer is the personal language key, or PLK. Think of it less like a dictionary and more like a unique fingerprint of your mind. It's a living profile of your linguistic soul. It learns your specific metaphors, your phrasing, the way you build ideas. The whole goal is for the AI to communicate not just to you, but with you in a way that feels totally authentic and true to who you are.
And this quote from the project's own documentation, man, it is so insightful. It describes something a lot of neurodivergent people experience, especially with ADHD. The PLK is designed specifically for this kind of mind, to help capture all those brilliant, fleeting details from that exploded picture and to honor that cognitive style instead of trying to shove it into a neat little box.
So let's pull back for a second and look at the bigger picture. We've got this impossible journey, a totally new philosophy, and some groundbreaking technology. What does it all really add up to?
Well, for starters, it adds up to this, over 50,000 lines of code. It's a number that just represents an insane amount of work and passion, all from one person on a single phone. It's a powerful testament to what's possible when you're driven by a real purpose.
And here's the result, measured by the platform's own yardstick, PLK resonance. GestaltView scores a 94%, which is considered a breakthrough. I mean, it just radically outperforms typical extractive tech and gets incredibly close to its revolutionary goal. This isn't just a different kind of product, it's a whole different class of technology.
You know, when you boil it all down, this is the real story the Museum of Impossible Things is telling us, that the most powerful resource we have isn't money or fancy equipment. It's the human drive to create something that matters, to serve other people, and to prove that impossible is really just a temporary state of mind.
And that's the question I want to leave you with. This project isn't just an impressive achievement, it's a massive proof of concept. It suggests a whole new future for AI is possible, a future where our technology doesn't just serve our needs, but maybe, just maybe, it helps us understand ourselves a little better too.